What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video with the Crown Priestess. This is going to be a pick a card reading. We're going to see what message Spirit has for you right now, okay? What does Spirit want to tell you at this time? So we have 3 cards to choose from. The first card is going to be perspective, okay? And it says, none of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. Pile 1. Pile 2 is going to be cracked open. Rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Pile 2. Pile 3 is going to be activated earth. Power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Pile 3. Okay. So if you need more time, pause the video. Pile 1 is perspective. Pile 2 is cracked open. Pile 3 is activated earth. So take your time and I'm going to get started. What messages does Spirit have for Pile 1? If you chose perspective, Pile 1, none of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. None of this matters. You could be canceling something out, okay? Pile 1, or you can just have, some of you have just lost a job, quit a job, or been forced to leave someplace. It's very different for everyone, but I'm getting that you were asked to leave. So whether you were asked to leave a job, you were asked to leave a place where you lived, you were asked to leave a certain event or like a special occasion. You could have been like asked to leave a party. You could have been asked to leave a friend group. You could have been broken up with, like a relationship. Understand that it's not important, like what you're going through with that or whatever you're overplaying in your head. It's just not important, okay? Pile 1. You can feel this way because you feel like you were not able to explain yourself, or you were not you feel like you didn't get to tell your side of the story. Sometimes I see what's happening. Something could have happened suddenly and it caught you by surprise. It was like this element of shock to it. And so you feel like you didn't get to say what you really wanted to say. You know, sometimes you think about all the things you should have said when something happened, when you were being confronted with something, but you didn't. Spirit is saying it's not important. Like, it doesn't matter if you didn't get to say anything. It doesn't matter if the situation was not explained well to you. Because it's irrelevant. It's like something about this energy is irrelevant. You may feel like it's like you're putting more value on it than it should have. If this is a relationship, I can understand. If this is a connection, I can understand. But Pile 1, Spirit wants you to know that nothing in this life is truly yours. Okay? That's the reality of it. The only thing that's yours is this, your body, your vessel, your soul, your mind. Like, everything else is temporary. Nothing belongs to you, okay? Pile 1. You may find yourself in a lot of regret. Again, you may find yourself feeling confused because something has ended. You see this completion. Cycles change. This woman does not look like she's had it very easy. This butterfly, the transformation is keeping her mouth shut. There's nothing to talk about. You don't have to talk about this. You don't have to revisit it. You don't have to feel confused. What's done is done. I did a collective message before this video. It's up, so you guys can check that out. And one of the messages for the full moon in Scorpio that I got was heal what is hurt, leave what is lost, and travel light. That is your message, Power One. That's why perspective, okay? None of this matters. It doesn't matter. Whatever just happened, it's done. It's water under a bridge. It's over. There's nothing to dwell on, okay? Spirit does not want you to dwell on whatever it is that's happened here. What is your advice? Here for a good time, not a long time. Right. Door to personal healing and happiness. This is exactly what this is. This is exactly what the full moon energy is doing. 6th chakra at the bottom. The 6s were also prominent in the collective reading, so you guys might want to check that out. Whatever has ended, whatever you have lost, whatever you're healing, whatever, you understand? It's like, this is why. This is why it had to go. This is why it had to end. This is why it doesn't matter how it all transpired, because it's part of your transcendence. It's part of your transformation. It's part of all of those things. You understand? I said to my sister yesterday that energy doesn't die. It's always transmuted, transcended, or just transferred. So it either transfers as is, right? That's why when somebody's pissed off, it's easy to get pissed off because the energy is just shifting. When we're healing something and we want to sort of alchemize, you guys can be drawn to pile 2 as well if you're in this pile, because pile 2 speaks to alchemy in life. When you want to alchemize something, that is the transcendence of everything, right? Or transmuting things as well is like turning it into something else, like how people express their pain through art, through music, through film, through creations, etc. So, but understand that it won't die. The energy will not die, but what you need to understand, what Spirit wants you to know, is that it's not yours to keep. You don't have to dwell. You can change this. You can alchemize this. And I don't think that you were able to do it for yourself, Power One. And so now the world around you is doing it for you, because the universe wants you to move out of this space so that you can heal and so that you can find peace and some sort of content. But let it go. All right? That's what I have for you, Power One. The cycle is complete. Okay. Moving on to Power 2. If you picked cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. What does Spirit have for you, Power 2? What does Spirit want you to know right now? What does Spirit want you to know right now? It can't get any worse, is what I just heard. That's the rock bottom, I guess. It can't get any worse than this. The worst has happened. The worst is over. Now be ready to receive, okay? Be open. Do not allow this great fall to shield your eyes from what opportunities look up. You understand? How to integration and union. Be ready to receive whatever is coming to you. Yeah, you're trying to avoid it, but don't. All right? Allow it to happen. Do not punish yourself any more than you've already been punished. I'm getting that reference from Game of Thrones, where Sandor Clegane was talking to a man who found him and helped him recover after he was near death. And he told him, if the gods are real, why haven't they punished me? And the man looked at him and said, they did. And you can see the moment of clarity in Sandor's face where he realized, oh shit, yeah, they have. Like, my life hasn't been very easy, right? Like, his brother tormented him very young. He burned his face when he was about 6 years old. And he carried that hate with him all of his life, and he killed a lot of people, women, children, everybody, because he was a soldier. He never had a partner. He never experienced true connection with anybody after that. And he was essentially alone and miserable for a really long time, even though he wasn't a bad person in his core. Like, that's not, like, he wasn't born mean. Like, there's another part where Torment tells him, oh, they told me you were mean, but I don't think you were born that way, because you look really tough, you act really mean, but your eyes look really sad. You understand? So it's that concept for you, Pautu, where you've already suffered enough, but suffering has become so second nature to you that perhaps you are now imposing suffering onto yourself. It's like self-sabotage to a degree. And it's like Spirit is saying that you can't get any lower than this. Like, why are you making things worse for yourself? The worst has already happened, but you know, you're so accustomed to pain, you're so accustomed to negativity, you're so accustomed to things going bad, that now when I'm trying to give you something nice, you're avoiding it. It's like if you beat a dog or a child all the time, right? If they're constantly being beaten, if every time somebody puts their hand out to a child, it's to hit them, then when somebody comes with food, right, like a piece of candy or something to eat, this child is likely going to, you know, they're not even going to want to take what you're offering them, because they're just used to every time they see a handout is to hurt them. You understand? It's that concept. And while that's very understandable, Spirit wants you to know that you can trust again. You know, even if you start small, even if it's with just trusting a little thing, like somebody buying you coffee, you know, wanting to do something nice for you, allow it. Allow that love back into your life. Allow yourself to connect with others, okay? This may not just be romantically. I don't want y'all to get caught up on that union part. For some of you, it is. But like for some of you, the message is that it's safe to love, but it's not just romantically. It's more that it's safe to trust. It's safe to connect. It's safe, you know, everybody is not going to harm you. Everybody is not out to get you. You may have had a series of really bad events. You may have had a life that was not the easiest life. You may feel like you never caught a break. And I see that Spirit has tried desperately to give you one, but you have not been reciprocating. You have not been able to receive that well. It's like that boat term of like, oh, God is going to send me a raft, when you're like out in the middle of the sea and so many things come by, and you keep telling them like, no, it's okay, God's going to save me. And it's like, that is God trying to save you, but you're ignoring it because you want it to look a specific way. Okay, Bouncing. Yeah, you need to heal this. Look at this. Look at these 3 cards. I love it. Remember and awakening at the bottom. Healing, renewal, self-worth. You need to give yourself grace. You need to give yourself, you need to forgive yourself and forgive others for what they've done, how they've treated you, or forgive yourself for what you've put yourself in, because I feel like you blame yourself for a lot of things. And it's like, while some things were not your fault at all, now the self-sabotage, the self-imprisonment, it's self-imposed. Yeah, it is. Now it is your fault. But Spirit wants you to know that you don't have to continue to beat yourself up, okay? You've already been beaten. This could have a lot to do with finances. You could have lost jobs, lost money, lost homes, whatever. You could be here from Pile 1 as well. You could have been drawn to more than one pile. The minute that you get away from, patience and planning, the minute that you get away from feeling like the world doesn't love me, God hates me, or people are terrible, or whatever it is, right? Because you have Healer of the Ages here. Some of you follow the Christian faith. Some of you believe in Jesus Christ. The minute that you stop feeling sorry for yourself and you start thinking clearly, thinking more logically, you're able to renew, you're able to heal yourself, you're able to, move forward, because everything is temporary. this, pain and suffering is not meant to last forever. It isn't. But I feel like some of you, Pal, to feel like it is. And Spirit is reminding you that there is joy to be had in your life. There is good times. There are healthy times ahead. Healthy times is crazy. Some of you could be suffering from illnesses. Otherwise, healthy doesn't have to just speak to sickness of the body, sickness of the mind, sickness of the soul. The sick part of you is that your toxic trait is that you feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. But the self-pity is becoming something that Spirit is annoyed with. To be quite frank, they're disappointed in you. And they feel as though if you're going to be in this state where you're like blaming the world for just like never getting it right for you, take some accountability, charge it to the game, and keep it moving. It's something like that. Like, I don't mean to be so curt, but it does sort of feel like you're not over it yet. I hate to say it like that, y'all. I'm sorry, but that's how Spirit is giving it to me. It's like, you still crying about that? Like, the shit was 12 years ago. Let it go. Like, that let it go is following. It was in part 1 as well. But I feel like you might be in a bit of a lower energy, a lower frequency, to be quite frank. You may feel like, oh, I'm because now I'm getting sort of this grandiose, like, I'm fine, I'm good. It's that person, it's this person, it's that. It's, it's everything but you. And then when it is about you, it's just self-pity, like, oh my God, what was me? And it's like, it's annoying them because it's over already. Like, they're letting you know that you already hit rock bottom. The worst has already happened. So anything else that's just trickling now or getting worse, you're doing that because they're giving you the opportunity. Like, they have their hand out, but you're ignoring it. So your advice is to think clearly, think more logically, be more practical about things, and stop blaming yourself. Yeah, attachment was on that cross. Stop blaming yourself. All right, that's what I have for you, pals. Pal 3, if you chose activated earth, what does Spirit have to say to you? What do they want you to know? Power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Pal 3. You're on the right path, Pal 3. Even if it doesn't look that way. Even if it doesn't look familiar. It's like this is somebody who was lost, trying to find their way back home, and you don't recognize the streets because you were either gone too long and they changed everything where you were, or you have found a different way to get back home. Like, maybe let's say you lived south and you traveled east, but then somehow you ended up north, and so now the way you're coming back home looks unfamiliar, but you're still on the right track, is what Spirit is saying. Doesn't matter like the rarities or the unfamiliarity. You are in the right place. Like, you are on the right path. Okay, Pal 3. Yes, that is the right path. North Node, cosmic purpose. North Node with karma, balance, and justice. Some of you are a Pisces or a Libra. Also, this is exactly what I'm saying. Trust where you are led is what it says on your card. You are on the right path. They keep saying that. Just keep moving forward, keep following that star, keep going, keep the mentality, the mindset that you have, the things that you're seeing, the intuition. It's right, it's correct. It is not misguiding you. Don't feel like it is just because you haven't. Again, it's something about unfamiliar territory. Some of you are not very used to being received well. Some of you are not used to people being kind to you or you being kind to others. Some people are not. You're not used to people apologizing. You're not used to apologizing, but now you find yourself being accountable and apologizing. You have alchemized something already, Pal 3. I love how this went, because I feel like every pile is essentially almost like, it looks like the same person on different levels of a journey. And pile 3, you are in the most productive place of all the piles. I'll say that. You're in the most like advanced place, you know, like you're the furthest ahead of all the piles. I'll say that. You're not quite at the finish line, but you are close, and you are def trending to win. You know, you're def trending the end of the line. So that's very good. I feel like a lot of you have learned a lot along the way. You've learned to forgive. You've learned to grow. You've learned to let things go. You've learned already how to travel light. And you've learned to take accountability and take action and, you know, be brave enough to start new. No matter what it might have cost you, no matter what the sacrifice may have been, you've learned how to do it. You move with a peace that the other 2 pals don't have yet. That's exactly what I'm getting. There's like this sense of peace, you know. It's not overwhelming peace yet, but you are starting to find it. You are starting to find moments to appreciate where you have come. You are starting to find moments to appreciate the blessings that you do have, the things that you're grateful for. It's very grateful, this energy. It feels like a lot of the hard work is done, you know, and you will still have things to do. We always do. But it's like you did the hard part already, is what Spirit is saying for you. And they want you to know this. They want to congratulate you. They're clapping you on. This is like, you know, when you're coming, like, you ever seen like a marathon or like a triathlon or something, and like when it's close to the finish line that they about to break ribbon and shit, there's like people screaming like, yeah, like, go, you almost there, like, you know, it's like that. They want to cheer you on to let you know that we're rooting for you, we see you, keep going, you know, something like that. Yeah, you've changed a lot, and you've learned to let go. Like I said, the transformation with rejection and loss, past regret, twin flame, and Venus came up, the love offer. So some of you, this is romantically. You've learned from your love life, from your connections. Some of you have learned how to become a better person. Pile 3, you have, like, quite literally, like, and that's something that a lot of us have, you know, that we need to be doing, but a lot of us do have in common, you know. You're not born the best version of yourself. You know what I'm trying to say? It don't work like that. So it's like we're always striving to be the best version of ourselves. We're always sort of in this marathon of self-evolution. You know what I'm trying to say? And I think that you're doing really well to do that. So while you are still being led, and while things may feel unfamiliar or look strange or new or different to you, you had the courage to step into it nonetheless. And because you had the courage to step into this unknown territory, Spirit is going to reward you, okay? So what is your advice? I love this. Love this for Pile 3. Yeah, fertility, that's an Empress, baby. You are moving and shaking things. You are very fruitful at this time. Your creativity, your abundance, your prosperity. You about to sit real pretty for all the hard work you've done. All right, look at that. I'm telling you, some of y'all, this is union. I said it with the twin flame card and that Venus. There's spiritual union here, fertility, third eye chakra. For some of you who have been wanting to, wait 1 second, babe. For some of you who have been wanting to expand on your family, you can do that. 1 second, babe, as my child approached the bench. Some of y'all are finally getting pregnant. Some of you are growing your family. I'm working, excuse me. Excuse me. I'm almost done. Anyway, yeah, my son is a troll. Anyway, if this is not about physically expanding the family, you guys can be taking it up a notch, committing, reigniting something here for those of the past. If this is new for you, you are ready. If you're single, you're ready now to receive some sort of connection in your life, okay? Like some great, something that you've always wanted. It doesn't have to just be love. I don't want to make it honed into that, because I know everybody's not looking for that. Excuse me, I don't want to say it again. You're being rude. I don't want to just hone it into a love experience. I'm sorry, y'all, for my kid. I'm a mom. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so y'all know the vibes. But anything that you have been working towards, you know, or one of the things, I want to say this is something that you've always wanted, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a house or some sort of accolade, something you've always wanted to accomplish, something you have been working towards, you're going to get it. And your advice is to keep going. Trust your intuition. Trust where you're being led. Listen to spirit. Continue to create. Continue to grow. Continue to give as well. You know, the Empress, I know a lot of people talk about how much she gets, and it's like effortless that she gets these things, but she had to go through the 4 queen stages first. And what the Empress has is abundance. And so because she's so abundant, she can be very generous as well. And she can be generous without feeling like it's going to cost her. So continue to be generous, continue to be kind, continue to create, continue to sort of spread that love, that positivity, that generosity, all the things, because it's going to allow you to receive 10 times that. It's like tenfold. What you put out, you're going to get back 10 times. And it looks really, really good. Okay, you've done the work. You've done the work and you have a lot to celebrate. So, great job, How 3. I love that for y'all. Some of y'all about to have a kid. And it's going to be like that. Real annoying. Enter in the chat. But it is a beautiful thing. So, congratulations. Congratulations on everything. Love, light, and abundance.